In the hushed corridors of history, the American Revolution is often painted with broad strokes, highlighting iconic moments like the Boston Tea Party or the shot heard round the world at Lexington and Concord. These events tell a story of a collective uprising against British tyranny. Yet, what if beneath this familiar tapestry lay hidden threads that truly kindled the fires of revolution? Today, we're embarking on a journey to uncover the untold stories that sparked the American Revolution. Our story begins far from the battlefield, and not in the halls of government, but in the bustling ports of New England. Here, the seed of rebellion was sown by the rise of smuggling, an illicit but widespread practice born out of necessity and defiance. As Britain imposed stricter trade laws and heavy taxes through the Navigation Acts, colonial merchants began to operate in the shadows. Figures like John Hancock, a prominent smuggler, turned protest into profit by circumventing these laws, undermining British control. The British response with crackdowns only sowed deeper resentment and a burgeoning sense of injustice among the colonists. But in the story of America's birth, economics intertwined with ideas. Ideas fervently debated in the smoky, lamplit rooms of taverns and meeting halls. Political discourse became a fervent undercurrent, stirred by the enlightening and revolutionary philosophies from across the Atlantic. Figures such as Thomas Paine presented new paradigms, spreading pamphlets like Common Sense, which argued for independence with compelling clarity and urgency. Paine's work reached tens of thousands in the colonies, transforming the concept of an independent America from a whispered hope to an achievable goal, planting seeds of thought that grew into the broader revolutionary fervor. Another significant, yet often overshadowed dimension involves the diverse tapestry of the colonial populace. The impact of the 7 Years' War, known in America as the French and Indian War, can't be overstated. Having fought alongside British troops, colonists walked away with a sense of martial equality. Yet Britain's subsequent attempts to tighten control over its victorious but debt-ridden colonies only brought disdain and disillusionment. The Proclamation Line of 1763, barring settlers from the vast western lands, was perceived as a betrayal of promises made to frontiersmen and veterans who had bled for Britain's glory. This clash between expectation and reality fueled a sense of alienation and anger. The role of resistance groups like the Sons of Liberty stokes another untold fire. These groups orchestrated acts of defiance, spreading underground networks of communication that galvanized protest and ensured that discontent against British policies became a unified movement. Whether through taming mob actions or the subtle spread of revolutionary doctrine, they wove the social fabric that underpinned the burgeoning patriotic identity. Interpersonal alliances, often shrouded in shadows, also lit sparks of change. The committees of correspondence functioned almost like the bloodstream of the revolution, circulating information and ensuring a robust network of communication between the colonies. It was a masterstroke in unity, connecting localized grievances with a sweeping collective consciousness that became impossible to ignore, even in the far reaches of colonial settlements. Finally, let's consider voices less frequently heard in traditional tellings, those of enslaved and indigenous peoples whose stakes in this conflict were profound and complex. Enslaved African Americans yearned for freedom and often pledged loyalty to whichever side promised emancipation, highlighting the revolution's dual narrative of liberty and continuing bondage. For many Native American tribes, siding with the British appeared to be a pragmatic choice, aiming to defend their lands from colonial encroachment. These alliances and decisions, though not canonized in the mainstream narrative, were pivotal in the broader trajectory of the 18th century American landscape. In conclusion, the American Revolution, beyond celebrated battles and declarations, stemmed from a converging symphony of smuggled goods, radical ideas, and collective feelings of betrayal and aspiration. It was a crescendo of voices and actions, often divergent, yet with a common refrain for transformation. To see this defining moment in history merely as a reaction to taxes and parliamentary impositions is to overlook the complex human tapestry of rebellion, woven by merchants and radicals, soldiers and scholars, and the hope-filled whispers of diverse, unseen faces. As we explore these untold stories, we begin to truly understand what sparked America's quest for independence, a tale richer and more profound than we may have ever imagined.